Hi, everyone. This is Anastasia. Um, I always say with one cosmic heart. I'm just used to saying that, so I will continue to say that. That is my business name. I am coming on for my weekly tapping with frequency numbers for those that have been following along, and for anyone that's new. This will be a short video, five, hopefully no more than 10 minutes. So I've been using frequency numbers and tapping. And again, this is for people that are new. And what I mean by tapping is you're just going to take your fingers and you're going to tap on your chest, just in this general area here. There isn't one specific spot that we're tapping on. Some people like to follow the collarbone, and where it ends, you can tap on those points if you like. But I just find tapping on this whole area here is very, very energizing to the body in general. And if you never use the numbers at all and just want to tap here, this is it is really enlivening and rejuvenating. Maybe that's not the best word. I think of when I was little and I would watch cartoons and they would have the apes bang on their chest. And that actually was activating more energy in the body. So there's a reason why they did that. I don't know if they did that right before they were um, gonna, fight another animal or charge or something like that. But anyway, in any event, I remember the cartoons. So this is same goes for humans. Tapping here will give you a boost of energy. So if you get nothing out of this video, just try that and see how you feel. And when we tap with numbers, what you're going to do is just follow along with me and say the numbers out loud after me. There are little pauses. So this particular sequence has 3 groups, and there's a little pause between the first group and the second group. First group, second, yeah. So there's a little pause, and just follow along with me. I'm going to do 3 rounds. And I don't have a card this week because I'm not using Marian's card deck. But what we're going to be tapping on is experiencing unconditional love. And that, when I think about unconditional love, it can certainly be from the outside world, a person, a relationship you might be in, a parent or even a child or friends or romantic partner. I expand my idea of where love comes from. So it can come from the world at large, meaning for me, I receive a lot of love and support from nature. So just being outside fills me up in that regard. So you can think of it like that. Also, just think of self-love and giving yourself unconditional love. Because when we are able to do that, then we are then magnetizing other people or other experiences, presenting experiences of unconditional love, if that makes sense. So if we can give it to ourselves first, then we become a magnet for attracting it from other people or other experiences in other areas in our life. And when you get down to the core of it, people do come and go in our lives. Jobs change. People are more mobile now than they've ever been. So people are moving around quite a bit more than they have ever before. So who do you have to rely on? And that's not to say that you don't have a strong support system in the way of family or friends. I'm not saying that at all, or even at work, or even in social circles that you're in, hobbies. So I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that when we can really fill up our cup and love on ourselves, then it's less important to be seeking that from the outside world. And I like to bring in stones when I talk about the tapping. So this is one of my favorites. It is rose quartz. Let's see. Yeah. It doesn't show up on camera as truly pink as it is in real life. So it kind of maybe looks a little bit like a washed out quartz, but this is it is a light pink, but it's a very soft and pretty pink. And rose quartz does help to bring in more love into your life and situations. Actually, I'm actually wearing rose on my pendant here. So I've got rose quartz here, and this is just like a palm stone that you can hold. Okay. You don't have to go run out and buy rose quartz, but I am working with stones more and more each day, and just really falling more and more in love with their beauty and their gifts and the frequencies that they have for us. So let me get to the tapping, as I want to try to keep this short. Okay, so to bring in and experience unconditional love, again, we're going to tap here. You may not see it on video, but I'll be tapping as I'm talking. And the number goes like this. And before I do the sequence, you just want to take a moment and check in and see how you're feeling. How are you feeling physically? How are you feeling mentally? How are you feeling emotionally? Just check in and see how you're feeling in your body. And then at the end, when we're done tapping, I'll have you check in again and see. So some people like to give it a number. So if you were working on something that had to do with pain in the body, you would say, on a scale of 0 to 10, how much pain or discomfort am I in? If you are in emotional distress, or if you're feeling a little off emotionally, again, how off or unbalanced or uncomfortable are you on a scale of 0 to 10? It could be mental. So just do a check-in. And this, what we're tapping on here doesn't have to do with physical pain, but you can just, see, ask the question on a scale of 1 to 10, or like a percentage of maybe 0 to 100, percentage wise, like how much unconditional love do you feel that you are experiencing right now in your life? And then check in after you tap. And you can absolutely, tap on this 2 or 3 times a day if you'd like. You can tap on it for the week. You can just pick a sequence. If you like the number that I've chosen for the week, then you can continue to tap on that throughout the course of the week and see if something shifts for you. And another way that we use these is to write the number. I've got the number here on a piece of paper. So to write it down and to take, I don't have a glass, but you would want to take glass, fill it with water, and just set it right on the number. And when you do that, the vibration and frequency of the number is being imbued into your water. So the last week when I did this, I had a clear jar. So you'd fill it with water, infuse the water with this number, and then from this jar, I do have a bigger jar, I would add a little bit to my drinking water throughout the day. So that would be like your master kind of cup of water, and you would add it to your drinking water. And you do want to let that sit and infuse for a minimum of 2 hours for the frequency to be infused into the water. Okay, so this number goes like this. You can follow along with me. 5657893. 5657893. And one more time. 5657893. And then when you're done, just take a nice deep breath in and out. I like to take my hands and just place them over my heart center, my heart area, and just close my eyes and just sort of allow that to be in. The way that I was taught is that you're installing these frequencies into your body. So allow it to be downloaded, or allow it to upgrade you, allow it to be installed. Similar to how we install a new upgrade on the computer. Same thing. Okay. So I'm kind of feeling it in my body. And actually it feels really, really nice. Yeah, it feels soft and gentle, and like this kind of a warm and fuzzy feeling. That's what I'm feeling. Curious to see if you tap with this. Curious to see if you notice a difference with it. And like I said, feel free to tap on it throughout the day or at least once a day. You might want to try it for a whole week, see how it goes. And if you want to try infusing your water with it, it's just really great. So thank you for joining me. If you're watching the replay and have a comment or a question, or if you got something out of this, please leave a message. I'd love to read them. And thanks for joining me.